congregation, the homeless people in the church, the sad people. I have to go there and hear that word.
Maybe she'll listen. Well, first of all, you said I could represent Russell or the police department when I came in. Why? Because I had this on and me and them was talking, and you made a statement.
No, because you kept. But then you kept.
Go ahead and say.
Not only the point. It was just a lot. Like it was just a lot in general. Like I don't flock to any opportunity I get around. It's chosen people that come to me, they greet me,
but tell me
and I'll
what
be
I
fine.
did.
Like I don't flock to that population.
Well, tell me what I did. What you think I did?
I mean, it was just
because
you
of
being
what I said to the young man about what he was saying. What?
It was just you and it was just you being you. But that's like you
But
said. We have come so good at the basics of this.
But you say things.
We don't want to go into the
no.
other
But you say things and you won't define. At least Sister Trueheart will tell me what I've done wrong. But you go over it.
I'm not saying you done nothing wrong.
Well, now shoot up. What did I do? What image? What are you? I mean, tell me.
You need to have the image of, just like, and it goes into every situation. Let's just put it like this. This is a new.
What she trying to tell me?
This is a new, or I think this is a new direction.
I think she's stuck on the same thing.
Well, what don't she say?
I can't speak for her, but I'm trying to help her be clear about what she's trying to say to you. I think she's stuck there.
She traumatized that?
And not only that, because it was different issues. It was different issues
But
from
I think
Bass.
that was a big
Then he was
part
like,
of it.
did you meet, come meet Bass, come meet Bass. I don't want to meet Bass. I have talked to Bass before.
You said it's a different.
Like, it's a whole different of aura.
So
like when you're
basically
around them, because you did it before when we was at that event, that
Okay.
parade thing.
Okay.
Like, come meet Bats, or come over here, or come do this, or come. I don't have an interest.
So you saying that when I
powerful interest. That's just like when if somebody could be standing there and say, "Come meet the man." I did it to Kim before. She was like, "Come talk. Go talk to Stephanie. Go talk to her."
So what you saying when I'm around them, I'm two people? Is that
No,
what you saying?
you can be two people. No. I'm out that mob that when they ready to come to me, they know who Miss Flowers is. Guess what they will do? I will not find them in a room. I will not search them. I will not go shake their hand. I am the king's kid. So when they're ready to come find me, they will find me. I don't need to be introduced to them, look for them, figure out an opportunity to talk to them. I don't need none of that.
Well, now I know you don't have an interest in meeting them. I mean, but you can't.
I have a respect for them, but I don't have to. I don't.
Well, she turned this
much.
into WLB talk to her.
It's too much to deal with them.
But I'm saying, but what I'm saying to you is that you assassinate my character saying that I'm two people. Then you don't really know me.
That's not assassinating.
Yes, it is when you say when I'm around them.
It's just an image.
What image? I have my own image.
Your image of who you are, the blue light, the clothing, the attire. I like Dr. Reverend Andre Humphrey image. I love that image. Let's put it like that. I love the image. You should have been going up there to meet Jamal Bryant because apparently if that's something, that's your bid. As a man of God, you should have been Bunk Russell.
That's right.
You should have been like, let me see if I can get on this stage and talk to Jamal Bryant. You know why?
Why?
Because you want to be more judgmental of him instead of helping him. No,
I'm too little. He don't want to talk to a guy.
I'm too little. I could be too little for Stephanie and Adrian. But when they ready to come and talk to me, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show who I am.
Why should I try to meet your Pastor Jamal?
Why not?
He
Because
know
that's
who I
who
am.
you represent.
Yeah, but he knows.
You're in the business of saving lives.
Yeah, but he know who I am.
Then work with him. I mean, why? I think what she's saying, and this is not my words.
Can she say?
She should say.
Okay.
No, she's the mentor.
She got to speak for you.
No, I'm not speaking for her, but I'm trying to interpret what I'm hearing.
But she speak English. You don't have to interpret nothing for her.
No, I think that we all speak English, but sometimes we don't understand the words that we're using, and others don't understand the words. So all I'm suggesting is that what she's saying is, as a man of God, I see opportunities for Dr. Humphrey to work with other men of God. And when the opportunity presented itself,
hey, I'm just a cameraman, but I'm gonna bring it back to the program. Long term. Don't test that dial.
that as an associate of yours, she would have preferred to see you flocking to other men of God in that room.
Well, let's change the word. First of all, I wasn't flocking to nobody. They saved the seat for me up front. I didn't know that.
And that's fine.
So, I mean, I could have got on the platform if I chose to, but they don't want to hear from me because I'm a radical. So she don't know what she's talking about. I'm not even going to receive that. But if
Can we go forward now?
sure, but if eating meat offend your brother, I'm not going to do anything that offend either one of y'all. But if I tell you something that offend me now that I'm clear what she told me what she suffered from, if I'm talking to you and you're not giving me your attention, I get very offended thinking that you ignore me. When I keep telling you the same stories that I've told you, what you tell me?
I heard that.
Okay. So we straight.
I've heard that one before. I'm pushing it with him,
It's all good. We should be able to take this from one another.
We can't take it from one another.
No, but I'm saying, if we can't do it right here, how are we gonna serve the people? And you know a lot of things that you have told me when we first met. She don't even know about when you told me, is he giving you a check?
You know, she and I had this similar conversation recently where
Mhm.
I make suggestions about ideas and things, and she doesn't immediately take them on board, and
Right.
that's okay because it's not about me trying to force her to do anything.
But eventually she get it, right.
Right.
Like you did with me.
Right, exactly. I share things, ideas, thoughts that I think are going to be helpful to you. And in your time, in your way, you try to incorporate those ideas.
What you do to the man when I took you to that meeting and he wouldn't acknowledge that young man?
I pulled him aside afterwards, and we had a little conversation.
And also, when the man kept promising me he gonna get me on the radio, you realized that I like to talk. And you said, why you keep begging him? Why you keep asking that man, you want to get on the radio? And that's when you introduced me to Sister Flowers. And I'm truly grateful of that. And I always mention it wherever I go and I tell people, because people think that I met Sister Flowers on my own. And I tell them how I met Sister Flowers. So it's important that we do that.
Well, it's important, you know, one of the things that we share with each other our ideas and our thoughts and our hopes and our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what friends, and I'm going to say that,
Yeah.
that's what friends do. And so in the friendships that we have, we should feel very free to say, I think you should consider this.
Right.
I think you should consider that. I think you should, you know, this. It's not that we're forcing you to think
Or being
differently
critical.
right,
I
not
understand.
being critical. It's like we want you to succeed.
Right, you want to see me, you have all high expectations for me to succeed.
Right.
And a friend tell you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. And I respect that. Like you told me. What you
Put
told
the
me?
suit and collar on then, okay?
What I tell you?
Put
What I
the suit
tell
and
you?
collar.
I would.
I told you
would
so
love
many
that.
things.
Put the suit.
Well,
Put the
you
suit.
tell
Give me
me.
a sample of
Put
what
the
I
suit and
I did
collar.
something to you
Put
that-
the suit and collar on, and
Go
I'll
ahead.
put on.
Go ahead.
What's that? A nun hat. I'll put on a hat and follow around.
So I had something you told me.
Yes, there you go.
You put the
The
suit
program
tie on.
organizations, we're not going to really recognize, the main thing is recognizing the signs, symptoms of trauma in staff, clients, and others. Because a lot of pastors want to serve their parishioners, and people come to them and traumatized, and they really don't know how to
You see, this
reach
needs
out
to
to
be
them.
focused on who your audience is.
Okay,
Right?
all right.
I mean, what we're trying to do is address the program as it existed 10 years ago was about children.
Right.
So you need to say that. And today we're expanding it to include adults.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna redo the DVR and have it to say all that, to spell it out.
The DVR,
The training. Like we're doing now.
the slides.
Yeah, well, I don't know
Okay, yeah, okay.
the
So we could be to change the slides to what we want to have at a basic meeting.
The training.
The thing. So right now, this could be
just-
like this is our first.
Yeah.
And if it's the next 2 weeks and we so everything now is you being in agreement of the growth process and the
Absolutely.
change.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing what it is, and you know.
I mean, I would be.
And then
it would
we'll
be
work
crazy
on
to-
we'll work on the tie-in and how we act in public.
Well, he's got to be the face of this.
Yeah.
And what is the face of this program?
Not
A
this.
long road.
I don't think that is.
You ain't even
I
compatible
don't
to
think
Jamal
it
because he too fast. And you put some $2,500 shoes on, then I'm gonna have a problem. But I ain't got no problem with him and his $2,500.
You heard what Pastor Smith told you.
Because they his shoes.
You heard what he told you. what PM Smith told you.
Yeah, I'd love to see, you know, the pastor and him as
Okay.
a streetwise, because that's what he is. He's a streetwise minister who grew up in the streets.
No.
Who learned-
That's not true.
Where you
That
go
you
with
didn't
that?
grow up
You
in
talking
the
about me or
streets?
Jamal?
You.
Oh yeah, I thought you talking about Pastor Smith.
This conversation ain't about nobody else.
Oh yeah, he had a nanny.
No, I'm talking.
He tell people he
Just
was
stay
in.
here.
Okay,
Just
I'm
stay
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize.
So I'd like to see you. You know, it's like look at us here. We're very casual, but if we need to go to a scene and show compassion for somebody,
Right.
this is okay. This is a time because they know we care. We have a reputation that precedes us
True.
about showing compassion for people.
So do you.
People who wear that uniform do not have a reputation that precedes them that they care about us.
Now let me say this to you, and not to justify my actions, because I can take control, not leaving God out, like the MTA police officer when we saw the lady get hit. He tried to take control, but he didn't. That wasn't his jurisdiction. And I felt like because they recognized the uniform, that they wouldn't question me or.
Well, maybe you should put it in the car with you and keep it hung on your back seat in case if there's a scene that you feel like you gotta represent first. Then
Not
that's a what
represent
if.
God's first, sister.
That's a what if. Keep a
Let's
seat
move
jack
forward.
hanging on the seat.
Brother Wallace, women team up on, and you supposed to help me out.
You know,
say nothing.
But
it's taken me a long time.
what she's saying is like, you can have your clergy uniform on and your police uniform on the side. It depends on what scene you need to go to.
Right, but
You just throw it on.
So, Sister, a true heart is saying,
You might be the first on the scene, like you're saying, and you feel like, okay, I need to gain a sense of control of this scene. Because it could be chaotic if that's
Right.
the case. He can
And-
pull up somewhere like the Natalie situation that day. You was there
You just
first.
want him to carry his
So,
clergy uniform all the time?
It might be different if you jump out in a suit. People might be like, who's that suit man in the street? But you may need to cloth.
I don't
like
wear
Kim said.
I don't wear the collar.
I think I look at what I've done in the 4 years that I've been back home, and I've built a reputation in those 4 years. And I think folks know who I am and what I represent, regardless of what I'm wearing. And I think this program, under the leadership of Reverend Dr. Andre Humphrey, should stand in the same shadow, should stand clearly about why he's on the scene. People will understand that he's on the scene to serve a purpose. And if he wants to be elevated in his citywide recognition for that, I think he can. But let me say this. He got this attire on, and it hasn't gotten him that yet.